Alrighty guys, welcome back here to another GM mode commentary with your Ottawa Senators, and it is the final episode, and sadly we couldn't have a Cinderella ending. We lost to the Edmonton Oilers, but here in back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals in year 9 and 10. We lost here in 6 games, and just the offense did not come through in the last 2 games. We did not score a goal in 6 periods, and it's a shame that it happened like that. And that that we couldn't win one more cup besides year 2 to cap off a great GM mode. Yep, playoffs are complete. Edmonton Oilers are your Stanley Cup champions. Franchise mode is complete. So let's see. Where oh, can I not check the stats? Okay, wait a minute. Yes, I can. Okay. So let's check the stats and see who's still in the game this year and who's not. So Julian Biesca, you can see he's been a great player for us in the 5 years we've had him. He probably is maybe just a little under point per game. He was a very good player. And in this episode, there's not going to be any simulating. I'm just going to be looking at all the great players we had on the team. Julian Biesca, such a great talent we got in 2022 with the first overall pick. Colin White, I believe he's been here since day 1. It may not even have all of his stats. Oh no, it has it all. Okay, so here you go, the first 10 years. So let's take a look at Colin White's stats. You can see there from the first. Okay, so he did play in the first year, but yeah, he was a very proficient player throughout his whole career. Had a couple of up and down seasons, like 53 points, kind of weak, but after that, he was a pretty consistent player. A very great goal scorer, took a lot of shots. It's a very, very good player. I like what he did. Jakub Vrana, we acquired this man a bit later in the GM mode series. I believe we got him in the 2024-2025 season. And like before, he's a great playmaker, and he can even put the puck in the net a little bit. Very good player. I like what I saw from him. So you can see all of his stats there. Evgeny Malkin, we know this guy. I mean, he's a legend. Traded for him this year or last offseason. Or no, we signed him in the offseason. Very great player. You can see here what he's done. 97-point season was his highest in this universe. It was a pretty darn good player right there. And you can see all the other individual stats right there. See what he's done with the Penguins and other teams and such. Vladimir Tarasenko, another veteran on this team that is a great superstar. You can see here. Starting here, he's had some pretty weak years now, honestly. I mean, 56 points, 46 points, but then an 80-point season. Had a pretty good year with us for a 37-year-old, I think it said. So he was a very good player for us this year. But like I said, we were just too many goals short of winning the cup. 35, excuse me. Henry Quick, we drafted this guy in 2022 as well, so it was a good draft year in 2022 for the Ottawa Senators. Only played 3 years in the NHL. Had 2 good AHL seasons, but the NHL was very satisfied with his play. Very good playmaker for us, and he can even, take the puck away. He kind of reminds me of Pavel. Didn't always get the most points, but he played a smart game. 6'4", he was a big guy. Tom Webb, nothing really special about him. He was just a free agent signing, you can see there. Nothing huge. Mazora, this guy, he was there. Our only draft pick remaining from year 1, basically. 2018, 4th round, 120th overall. He really grew. It took him a while to bloom, but 2020, 2023 came along, and he turned into a very proficient player, getting tons of points and on the power play and such. I really like this guy. He's probably one of my favorite defensemen in GM mode in general, just because of how he was such a steal and how he's a very good defenseman for a little guy. Granted, when he's nothing special. Patrick Yager, him and oh man, Patrick Yager. Let's actually take a quick look at his stats. I mean, he only had 2 years in the NHL, but those playoff stats, those 4 goals were huge last year. And then he did get injured this year, which sucks. But it's how it goes. Brendan Gallagher, we got this guy a little while back. He was a very good player. He didn't get a ton of points, but he was always a good two-way forward, and that's what I like. So he took the puck away, he played a defensive game, so I'm not complaining. We've had him for a long, long time. Colin Parayko, we signed this guy, I believe, last offseason, so pretty good defenseman there. You can see all the stats there. I'm going to try to not be too slow with this. Erik Karlsson, well, we got to slow down for this man. 37 years old. We've had him since day 1. What a great player he's been for us. So 2017-18, I believe, was his best season with us. Yeah, putting 90 points, almost a 30-goal season. 636. And then he followed up with 70 points, which is not bad, but it's a little lower than 59. And you can see he was good, but they're not Erik Karlsson type numbers that you'd see in real life, in my opinion. But he was a very good player. I really liked what he done for us, even if he gave up the puck a lot. But very good player for us. Molson, nothing special. Cody Eakin, we've had him for a while. Thomas Chabot. This is the future of the Ottawa Senators right here. He was a very good player for us. Didn't put up a ton of points, which is okay, but he played well. He played a smart game, and that's what I liked about Thomas Chabot. He was a good defensive defenseman. He always came up clutch in points if we needed him. Parody, he's not much. York, did we draft this guy? No, undrafted. Hall, he's undrafted as well. But York, we got him a little while back too. Goaltender Spacek, yeah. So we got this guy in free agency, and he really grew into a pretty good goalie. I like what I got from him. I'm not complaining how he grew, or it's not always his fault if we lose. It sucks that we couldn't win a cup with this man, but maybe this team will win a cup in the next coming years. But I'm not the GM, and then Storlass, he's nothing. All right. So now that we looked over the Ottawa Senators, let's take a look at the whole. Let's take a look at each individual team. You can see what teams are where, what players they have. So, yeah, none of these teams are gonna have most of the players they have now. But Funk, he's a pretty good player. Rickard Rakell, he's still there. So yeah, you can see they just don't. Sam Steele, he's a year one guy basically. Yeah, but all these players are just drafted. Arizona, this is before Clayton Keller, but he's playing pretty good in this. As this Clayton Keller, the decent one. Dylan Strome they had. They got Brendan Saad. Merkley, he's a year one prospect. They got Sebastian Aho. This is the not so good Sebastian Aho. They got Max Domi, Timo Meier, Jake Gardner, Brendan Perlini, all year one guys. Tom Wilson, another year one guy. You can see there, Boston Bruins, David Pastrnak, Charlie McAvoy, Pavel Zacha, Ryan Spooner, Forsberg Carlson, Faska, Shevchenov, Winholm, Marchand, 39 years old. Hold on, we got to take a look at this man's stats. Oh, man. Oh, well, I mean, 39 points. He had a big injury. 65, 46, 70, 67. Okay, so this guy had a long, he was in the NHL longer than I thought. Spears, year one prospect. Jared Spurgeon, 37 years old. Marco Dano, Simone Desprez, Witherspoon, Bogosian still playing. Sorelli. Okay, so they got a lot of year one guys still. Jack Eichel on the Sabres. Rasmus Cooper, he's a year one draftee. How's he been doing for him? Started out pretty decently. He's gonna grow into a pretty good player, I imagine. He's grown to elite. He's usually top 6. Nylander, Sam Reinhart, Ryan O'Reilly. How old is he? 36. Still a good two-way forward. Ristolainen, Braden Point right there. That's before he's got Braden Point. Torrey Krug, 36 years old. Belvo, 34. Eric Howella, 36, still playing. Calgary Flames, Sean Monahan, yep, Johnny Gaudreau. So they got their core. Still, they still got Kyle Postco, 39 years old. This guy is crazy. He has like very up and down seasons. It's interesting. Played a long career. Tkachuk is there. Brodin. Anybody else? Nobody really insane. All right, Columbus Blue Jackets, Gruel. Yeah, Gruel, this guy is a beast. He was a great draft steal for them. 5th round pick, and I mean, he's a great player. Jeff Skinner. Victor Rask. This is when Victor Rask was good. Noah Hannafin, Winholm, Couturier. We had Couturier. He didn't work out for us that well. I remember Nikita Sherbak. Roy. Miles Wood. Justin Falk. All the way down here. I'm going brain dead. 35 years old. The Brincat here. Patrick Kane is still playing. Still practically a point per game player. Pretty good career for him. 106. Oh, wait. No, that's simulated year. Or real life, but 91 points in year one was his best year, but he's still been a very proficient player. Alvek Larson's on the team. Is Jonathan Taves still here, or is he gone? I think he gone. Yeah, he gone. Colorado Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon's still there. We'll take a look at his stats real quick. See the numbers he's put up. 59 points is looking like his worst year. No, 55 in year one, but he's had some pretty good years. Mikko Rantanen, what kind of play has he had? Not bad, pretty average for his For him, Tyson Jost. How's this guy doing? Because this is before better medium elite Tyson Jost. Not bad. Christian Dvorak, Tyson Berry, 35 years old, still playing. Chris Bigris. Ryan Merkley, yeah, medium top 4, 4th over. Oh, so he lost his elite. Went 4th overall. 'Oh, lost his elite. Interesting. Play a long career. 39 years old. 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 39 years Nikita Nazorov, Matt Duchene, 36. Yeah, this is still when he's on the Avalanche. Yeah, not really anything special from him. Not the first overall pick he used to be. Blue Jackets, Fred Irving, franchise player. We'll take a look at him. Had some pretty good years in the NHL here. You can see McMillan. Drafted him 29th overall. He's like quick for them. Seth Jones, Brzezinski. How's Brzezinski doing? I gotta check on this guy. Not bad, but could do. I thought he'd have more points. Panarin, how's he doing? Yeah, not bad. So we're just gonna look at the very good players now because this video is gonna be our Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin still here. Some very good numbers you can see. Seguin, excuse me. Yeah, very good by Seguin. Anybody else? Joe Veleno, second overall pick here. He's a pretty good player. Anybody else? This guy, and he's nothing special. He's not gonna have a ton of points. Klingberg didn't have a goal this year, but he had all assists. Rippin, he's a pretty good player. Dylan Larkin, how do you do? Not bad. He's had a pretty good career. Kind of reminds me of Eisman. They got Rasmus Dahlin here. Very good. But this is before he has franchise potential, so he's not God. Rasmus Dahlin. Connor McDavid. Take a look at him. You can see 85 points, 0 over point per game. He has point per game a lot of years. Good to see that. That he simulates well. Leon Draisaitl. You can see there for all of that. Dougie Hamilton. He's usually a good offensive defenseman. Yeah, he puts up some good numbers here. 6'4" was his highest. Barkov. Pretty average. Hasn't really had many good years, it looks like. Huberdeau. He's had some better numbers, it looks like. Pujarvi, guess he came here to Florida. Not bad, but not worth 8.4. Ivan Provorov, pretty good numbers for a defenseman. Owen Tippett, he usually simulates well and gets a lot of goals, or quite a few points, you know. So not bad. Anthony Mantha. Okay, yeah, this team is really bad. They are really bad. Rinkler here. He's a young guy. He's only been in the league for a couple years. Yeah. Is that Chris Kreider? Oh my God, Chris Kreider's still playing medium top 6. Not crazy numbers, but he's still here. That's the thing. Aaron Ekblad is on the Minnesota Wild now. You can see all these points he's gotten. Let's keep going here. Jonathan Drouin. Alexander Wenberg here. I bet they'd love having Wenberg on his team because they'd have a center at this point. Let's see here. Nashville Predators, Philip Forsberg. He's playing very great. Yeah, he has some great years here. Nashville. Ryan Johansson. Pretty good. Severson, he's a young guy. Actually, he's been in the league for a little bit. 2019, yeah. It's these are some good numbers for a young guy. Yeah, he's 26 years old. Victor Arvidsson, Kevin Fiala, Jake Kuznetsov was on that team. I just saw Nico Hischier, 56 points. Had some good years. Best was 75. So this is what the first overall pick from 2017 looked like. Taylor Hall, this guy's a beast. He's had some not crazy numbers, but he's still a very proficient player. Yeah, their team is kind of weak. I thought that was Marc-Edouard Vlasic, but there'd be no way. Joel Young. Where's their defenseman? Where's their defenseman, boys? Yeah, he's a very good player. You can see almost point per game for a defenseman. Do they have John Tavares? Yes, they have John Tavares. He's right here. What the heck? Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait, we have a glitch? Okay, I fixed it. Mika Zibanejad, he's a pretty good player. You can see those numbers there. They don't really have anybody else after that. Vincent Trocheck, but he's only 83 now. Yep, here's the Ottawa Senators. That's our team. Yeah, they got nobody here on Philadelphia worth looking at. Timmins. Yeah, they got nobody on Pittsburgh either. Winquist, franchise player, 2024. So he's only been in the league for like 3 years, but some pretty good numbers. Looks like he's a pure playmaker. They got really nobody after that. Tham. Yeah, they don't got anybody crazy here to look at. Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Pretty good numbers. Had a weak year this year, but 104 in 2022, 2023. That's pretty crazy. Formanton has a lot. Oh, man. We traded him, and he had a 58-point season. Maybe the Senators could have used some of those 17 goals. Steven Stamkos, only 48 points this year, but, yeah, 91, 97. You know, he's had some pretty good years here in Tampa. Simon Gagne at 46 as a 37-year-old, 77 overall. Andre Palat, wow, 76 overall. Victor Hedman, how'd he do? Not bad. Morgan Riley, wow, 68 points it said there. Yeah, that's his best year right there. As a 33-year-old Timothy Liljegren. He's been a very good defenseman for him too, almost point per game. He's getting up there. Mitch Marner, pretty average, pretty average. I hope they expect more of him in real life. I know that. Austin Matthews, go Artie. Austin Matthews, how's he doing? Not bad, not bad. Some simple numbers. 29, they hope you get more than 46 points. Thomas Tatar is still there. Willie Nylander, how's he doing? They'd be hoping for like 60 points. Nazem Kadri, he usually simulates well. Yeah, not bad. 20 goal seasons. Can't complain. Elias Peterson, this is before he's got on Vancouver. But some very good numbers. Same thing with Brock Besser, but this is before he's got. But not bad. Jankowski, Kyle Palmieri, Bo Horvat. How's he doing? He's leading the team well. He is leading them pretty decently. After that, oh man, Nikolai Finneganov. I remember this disaster, man. I remember we traded for him, and then we traded him away, and the trade still hurt us. Yeah, they got really nobody after that. Scunn, he's a young star, it looks like. Oh yeah, he's a good player. Filppula, that's wait, when was this guy drafted? 33rd overall. It's a good pick. Noonan, 5th overall. They still got Marchessault here, 36 years old. Yeah, he's put in a 78-point season, so that's his best he's had. Suzuki, Yamamoto, Brandstrom. No William Karlsson, it looks like. It looks like he walked. Washington Capitals, Kuznetsov is still there. This is before he's really good. But he still has some good numbers here. Philip Zazina, they drafted this guy. They didn't have a good year one, but in real life, they won the Stanley Cup. Burakovsky's still there. Gabriel Velarde. Okay, so William Karlsson's here on the Washington Capitals. Yeah, have any good years? Not bad, but this is before he was like in this. I was like when he was in '83, maybe. And then the last team, Winnipeg Jets. Mark Scheifele, you can see there, and Patrick Laine still tearing it up. Wow, 96 points. Pretty good. How did Patrick Laine do? He's usually a very good goal scorer. Yeah, 90-91, so it's pretty good to see that. Edwards, pretty good defenseman, 2nd overall. Ehlers, how's he doing for him? This is before he's gotten upgraded. It's not bad, not bad. Massard, undrafted, he's been pretty good for him. And, yeah, nobody else after that. Well, now we can just look through the goalies real quick, and you can see all that. Anaheim Ducks, they have a pretty good player in Frolov, 21st overall by the Bruins, and then somehow they pick him up. Anaheim, they got nobody. Arizona, excuse me. They got nobody here on Boston. Buffalo, I mean, Kane, he's okay. Tyler Parsons, a year one prospect. That, he started out with the Flames. He looks pretty good. Neljkovic, he somehow grew. Lexuson, Lawrence, and Bobrovsky on the Avalanche. Of course, Basawo. They got nobody here in Dallas. Ben Bishop is still playing. 40-year-old goaltender. Oh my goodness, man. He still has some good seasons in him too. That's crazy. Peter Mrazek in Detroit. Plekhanov. Oh my God. In Edmonton. And yeah, they got nobody in Florida. They got John Gibson over here in LA on his last year. They got nobody here in Minnesota. Carey Price, 39 years old. We'll take a look at his stats real quick. Can see all those there. Not bad by him. Montreal Canadiens, Connor Hellebuyck still playing. I don't know if this is like what overall he is, but he's had some decent years, it looks like, and some very bad ones. Fitzpatrick, we had him in Ottawa for a little bit, but we traded him. See there, decent numbers. Soderstrom, he's a pretty good goalie. We'll take a look at him real quick. You can see right there, pretty good seasons. Luukkonen, he's a year one prospect with the Sabres. Came over to New York and playing okay. It seems to be. Spacek, there he is. We've already looked at him. Hart, Subban, nothing special. Matt Murray still on the Pens, staying loyal to his team, even though he's having bad years over there. But is what it is, even though this... Wait, who is this guy? Yeah, up-and-coming goaltender taking his place. San Jose, nobody. Zach Vukow, he's not really anybody important. Vasilevsky, he's been playing good, but, Tampa's kind of fallen off recently. But he's had some good years, it looks like. Gravel... Thatcher Demko still here, is playing like a beast for Vancouver. You can see there. Vegas, they got 22nd overall pick. He's been playing pretty good for them, so they got their goalie over there in Vegas. Then Braden Holtby, 37 years old, what a beast, still staying in the NHL. And yeah, so that's basically it. You can see all the stats there, boys. Actually, we'll take a look at the awards too. Forgot to do that. That would be pretty important. So Stanley Cup, Edmonton Oilers. You can see the last Stanley Cup champions there. President's Trophy, you can see the last 5 there. Ottawa in 2022, 2023, 2024. Clarence S. Campbell, you can see the teams there. Prince of Wales, Ottawa, back-to-back years, and we couldn't capitalize on them. Oh, it hurts. Art Ross, you can see the past 5. The Hart, man, it really sucks that we lost, man. It's still in my head. I'm pretty sure Carlson won the James Norris a couple times, but it's just like further back years. Lady Bing, I don't know if we had to have a player ever won it. Bieska didn't win the Calder, sadly. Conn Smythe, Plekanov back-to-back years. I hate you. Vesna, Spacek won it last year. Nothing there for the William Jennings. Bill Masterton, I don't think we ever had a guy that won it. Selke went to Zibanejad. That's an interesting winner. I don't know if we had anybody win it. Ted Lindsay went to Comrie. Man, Comrie had a very good year. And Maurice Richard went to Young. I don't think we had anybody win the Maurice Richard. So, yeah, we'll go through the AHL awards right here. You can see everything real quick. I'm not going to go too much into it because it's the AHL. I'll show you the AHL team if you want, just real quick, but no in-depth stats, you know. So you can see everybody there. Simple as that. All right, so we'll take a look at the AHL. Oops. Take a look at the AHL team, but there isn't even anybody special, so I'm not going to look at it. But I think we've gone over everything. Stats Central? What does Stats Central even mean? Oh, that means this. Okay. So you can see our final record as GM Blazer was here. This is his team's final record. You can see how the NHL finished this year. See who finished where. I'll go a bit slower, just so you can see who's in the rebuilding state and who's a playoff team now. So, yeah. Alrighty, well, boys, I think I've gone over everything. I'll go through the playoff tree, actually. Okay, we haven't gone through over everything, but you can see the playoff tree there for the NHL, and then here's the AHL. So you can see that. And then we'll look at the player stats for the playoffs. I'm not going to go over each individual one. I'm just going to show the entire league. So, Noel Young, in 16 games played, didn't even make Stanley Cup Final, had the most points. Quick, who played in the Stanley Cup Final, had the most points between the two teams, in the Edmonton Oilers and the Ottawa Senators. So yeah, you can see some very good numbers and some very bad based on the games played. And then the goalies, you can see, let's see who played the best here. Plekanov easily, and then Spacek right behind him. It sucks, man. It sucks. But I believe we've gone over everything. I don't think we can simulate or anything, can we? Nope, I don't think we can. Can we simulate? Wait. Let's see if we can simulate any further. Can we actually simulate to September? Let me simulate to, like... Oh, you can't? Oh, that sucks. Darn it, I thought you could. I thought it would let you. So it doesn't let you simulate any further. So I guess we are officially done. Well, that sucks. But, yeah, guys, there you go. Ottawa Senators GM mode is now complete. And, it was a fun team to play with. You know, we struggled, and then we had great moments, and then we had our bad moments, sadly. But I think this was a very fun GM mode. And I think NHL 18 did better with this GM mode so far, but there are still a lot of things they need to fix. But, yeah, guys, I think you may have an idea of who the next team will be if you check the comments in the GM mode video saying who I should choose next. But I'll just keep it a secret until then. So, yeah, guys, smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you guys later.